we're gonna go ahead and start off by I should have gotten everything ready. Okay, let's start off. I'm gonna start by priming my face. I'm gonna use a professional. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with that. This one actually came in. Don't think that like, cause girl, no, like the things that I have that are expensive, I did like most of them I didn't pay, like buy out of pocket. Like I said, it's because of BoxyCharm be coming in clutch. If you guys, and literally it's not sponsored because I literally have like 0 followers. So you know what I mean? Like it's good if you want to start collecting makeup, or if you're into makeup, or you just don't have like a big collection. And I know it can get pricey. Like people don't understand that makeup is expensive. Like, ugh. So BoxyCharm, 100% recommend. I like this because be naming every single product because this is not really like, I mean, yes, it's a makeup video, but it's just like a get ready to chat type of, you know what I mean? We're bored in the house and we in the house bored type of video. So yeah, but I guess we can start talking about a little bit of why. In my first video I did like sí platiqué poquito of who I was and everything, but I don't even remember, to be honest, what we talked about and what we didn't talk about. So we're just gonna start off with me talking about why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, and you know what I mean, like how I convinced myself to start it. Because for a long time I wanted to start doing this because I thought it was like, I was like, oh, get like, you know, like get chill, how cool. It's kind of like a reality TV show, but like, I don't know, obviously I don't know how to like reality TV shows work, but I just feel like, you know, you're putting all your life out there and stuff, but with YouTube, you choose what you get to put out. You choose what you want to say, what you want to do, what you want to create, what kind of content you want to do, what followers you want, because you guys can get blocked anytime. Yeah, so this is why I've always wanted to do this, right? Because I was like, how cool, like you get to like tell people your story. And I know because there's a lot of people going through the same thing, you're not the only one. By the way, this sponge is bomb.com. I recommend it so much better than the what is it called, the Ulta one. I've had so many of them. Ahorita se me fue el nombre, how can I forget? The Beauty Blender. And this one's just so fluffy and spongy and bigger, and it is the elf one. I saw, I think, Blanca J on YouTube and Instagram use it, and I was like, ooh, let me try it out, because I think it's only like $6, and oh my goodness. Oh yeah, but anyways, as I was saying, I've always wanted to do this, right? But it would always stop me that I was just like, how am I going to record? How am I going to do it like with all these other influencers? Not necessarily competition, because it's big enough. You know, this platform is big enough for everybody, because everybody's life is different. Everybody is going to attract different people, different subscribers, different, you know what I mean, different viewers. Not everybody's gonna like to watch me, not everybody's gonna like to watch that other YouTuber. So hay suficiente espacio, let me tell you guys, for everybody. But yo siempre decía, how am I gonna like start doing YouTube when I was like, how am I gonna start doing YouTube when like there's these beautiful girls on the internet and they already know what they're doing, like they get the camera, they're so confident, but because they're gorgeous, you know what I mean? But then I said, wait a minute, they didn't start off like this, and it's fine, you know what I mean? Like, shit, if I had the money for like breast augmentation, I would do it. If I had the money for freaking BBL, I would do it. If I had the money for filler, I would do it. If I had the money for a nose job, I would do it. Es como dice el dicho, no eres pobre, or no eres fea, sino pobre. And reality check, that is so true. So yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, like, you know what I mean? Everybody started from a little trick I learned on TikTok, cuando se me quiere salir la paisa, is you put eyelash glue. I've never tried it. I'm gonna try it right now. You put eyelash glue. I hope I don't ruin my brush. On the tip, because you know how sometimes like se abre and it just gets all nasty because when you do it, it's like all thick. So you want your brush to be like as thin as possible. Ooh, it actually worked. Look how thin it made it. I wonder if it's gonna stay. Yeah, so you know what I did? A little tip if you guys want to start YouTube or like any type of social media, but you just don't know how to like get up and get the camera going, because even I obviously don't know how. I'm just gonna be using powder, and this is like an old ass one that I just use like on my everyday. It's like from Walmart, the Salon. It doesn't even have the name on there anymore. Salon Perfect. It's just a powder, and I just use it for like everyday eyebrows. Yeah, so what I did is que yo fui to my favorite YouTubers and I started watching their very first video, and I said, damn, like there's a difference, and I'm pretty sure they see it too. But that's good, you know what I mean? Like everybody starts from somewhere, and I told myself, hey, tú no vas a empezar como modelo, like you're not gonna look like a freaking Barbie on camera, you know what I mean? Like I was like, just get it. There's gonna be people that like you and people who don't, and if nobody does at the end of the day, then hey, at least you said, hey, at least I tried. Porque qué tal ni lo mande Dios, pero uno nunca sabe like cuando es tu último día. Like I'm young, but God forbid something happen, like you know what I mean? Like, and yo me voy a quedar con eso, like, or you know, whatever can happen, and I can have that in my head like, damn, what if that goes back to like crazy like different topic. But I remember when I first got with my husband, everybody would always tell me like how it's, I can't believe like you're doing it, and like because I moved like across the country for him, I guess. Not for him because I met him like already when I was in a different state, but you know what I mean? But what if I would have came back and like I would have always been like, what if, and we wouldn't be here right now? And like, you gotta take risks, man. Sometimes life's a risk, carnal. But yeah, you guys just need to risk it for the biscuit, because literally like we don't know, like, and who knows, like maybe they're gonna like you. Like people, you don't know what people like. They might like you more than the people that are so damn popping right now on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just go for it. And I don't understand when people are like, you're just doing it for the money. So what if you are doing it for the money? Like, damn, like,
okay, you can't work now, you can't go to your normal job because you're just doing it for the money. Like,
I don't understand when people say that. Like, how are you gonna be putting somebody down for doing like social media for the money? And I'm not saying I'm just doing it for the money, because like I said, I've never done it, pero me llama la atención to be like recording, you know what I mean? And but yeah, cuando hay gente que dice you just do it for the money, like shit, man, if somebody would just go to, like, if nobody was allowed to go to work on their normal daily lives just because they're doing it for the money, nobody would be working, because damn, we have to survive somehow. Like, we gotta pay our bills, we gotta do shit, you know what I mean? We got things to do. Like, people who have kids, they gotta feed their kids. Like, how? I don't understand some people. Like, if you tell me I'm just doing YouTube for the money, shit, I'll support you even more, because you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everybody started, like, let's not be fake, like everybody started because of the money. Like, you know what I mean? They saw income and shit. I respect that, because they had the balls. Like, the first people that like got here on YouTube, they had the balls to do it when nobody else was doing it. And yeah, but that's just my opinion, you guys. Everybody is gonna have their own opinions, y nunca vamos a estar de acuerdo. Y es como yo le digo, like, a toda la gente que yo conozco, nunca vas a tener a toda la gente contenta. So just do you. Okay, I'm back at it again. I'm just playing. No, I'm back and I semi-did my brows. I don't want them to look like crazy perfect. Me trying to like acomodarme porque no me quedaron bien. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Pero ¿de qué estábamos platicando? I guess I can. What the heck? It's on my eye. But I'm gonna use. This came in like last month's box, I think. También. But I want to try it out. It's an eyeshadow primer. It's called Pretty Vulgar. I've never heard of what the heck. So we'll just try it out. It's like a tan color. I keep thinking somebody's knocking. I did take a trip down there. I think it was a year last year. Oh my goodness, is it already gonna be 2 years this Thanksgiving? Yeah, because I remember my husband used to work out of town a lot. I need to chop because I'm not gonna sit here and talk. No voy a estar aquí nomás sentadita platicando and me not getting anything done. I'm gonna use I think this new palette, because if not it's just gonna sit there y nunca la voy a usar. Yeah, definitely. I'm literally just gonna use the brown one. Yeah, so I guess we could talk a little bit of like how it went. So antes mi esposo trabajaba mucho fuera del estado. Yeah, like out of town. So they would obviously have to work. So this happened, it was in November. It was like los primeros de November and he was working out of town. So sometimes he would go and then sometimes he would come back for the weekend, and sometimes if he was far, like he wouldn't come for 2 weeks. And this specific month he was working in Montana. I'm just playing. Don't get offended if you're from Montana. It was beautiful out there. We went. But anyways, yeah, he was working over there, and usually like when he works out of town like for a long time, I get to go with him. And that's one of the reasons too why, not that I don't want to work, but why he prefers me not to work, because sometimes there's jobs that are kind of far and he just rather me go with him, because there is times where he's gone for a while, you know what I mean? And it's just tough. If you haven't lived it, it's tough. Like, I don't know how you military wives do it. Like, props to you guys, because I could never. But as I was saying, ¿quién es más distraída? Like, who else is like this? Like, distraída as fudge. Anyways, ves again. Yeah, so it was in November, and he was working in Montana, and I told him, I said, when are you gonna be, I just asked him, I was like, when are you gonna be home? And he said he wasn't sure, because with his kind of job, you know what I mean? Like, anything can change from one day to the other. And I asked him, and he said, we don't know when we're calling. Yeah, he said, I don't know when we're gonna finish the job. So I said, okay, can I come to where you're at? And he said, he was like, you know what, wait a couple days, because we don't know if we're gonna have to, like, if we're gonna end up finishing the job, or like if we're not gonna do this job site anymore, or like what the hell is going on, So he didn't want me to drive. It was like a 16-hour drive, so he didn't want me to drive 16 hours on my own, y luego que llegara, and then for him to be like, okay, we're going home, you know what I mean? So he's like, wait. At this point, like, ya habían sido 2 semanas que no lo había visto. So to me, usually he would come home every week, like, no matter where he was at. So since this time he was a bit farther, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, no puedo más, I'm going crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And usually, me and my friend, my comadre now, we would always be together. But that time, her husband didn't go with him. Like, he stayed in town. So, like, yeah, I would go over while he was at work, but like once he got home, I was just like, okay, yeah, me voy a ir pa mi casita. So I would get hella bored. And I told him, right, and he's just like, no, I don't know, like, I don't know the situation. And like, literally those things are like out of his control, because obviously there's always somebody above you. So he could always be like, oh, never mind, take that other job site or whatever. So then right, like a couple days went by, or like a day went by, I think. And I told him, I was just like, okay, like if you're not gonna come home or whatever, you don't even know, like I was like, what did I tell him? I was like, let me go see my mom. My mom lived in Texas and we were in North Dakota, so it was a drive. But at the time, I actually forgot this part of the story. At the time, mi cuñada, I think, so like my brothers, so not my brothers, I'm sorry, my husband's brother's wife, at the time, she was living, or they were living with us, and she's from Mexico, or from like the same part of like Mexico that they're from. And she's like, I've been wanting to go, que no sé qué. She's like, we can go here and there. And I was like, perfect. I was like, I won't drive there by myself. I was like, I won't have to drive there by myself. Like, I'll be with her. And then, like, it's kind of like you get 2 out of 1, because I was going to go see my mom that I hadn't seen in a while. My parents, my mom and my dad, my nieces, like, my sister-in-law, my brother. Like, you know, everybody who lives down there that I hadn't seen for a while. And, you see how distracted I am? Oh, my goodness. I literally can just make a video of me like talking to you guys here, not doing anything. Yeah, and she's like, yeah, y luego también I was like, oh, and then like afterwards, like once like we stay there the night, you know, descansar or whatever, we can go to Mexico and we get to know, because I had never met my suegra other than through like phone video calls and stuff. And I was like, and then like we can also go to Mexico. So like that same day was literally 9 p.m. when we were talking about this, right? And I texted him and he's just like, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want to go and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, nos animamos. And I knocked on her door. And because like I said, they were staying with us. I was like, you know what? Pack a bag. We're leaving. I was like, because if you don't pack right now and I don't pack right now, me voy a desanimar. And she's like, for real? And I was just like, no. Like, I started playing around. And I was like, no, you know what? Yeah. And I started packing, and I called him, and he's just like, well, make sure the tires are good, make sure everything's good. And I was just like, well, I had just took it in the truck. Like, literally. Like, it was kind of like it was meant to be, you know, because I had just gotten, like, an oil change, and, like, where they check everything and make sure that everything's, like, what it's supposed to have or whatever. And, I'm gonna do my other really quick. Yeah, so we finished packing. By the time we were done packing, it was like 10 at night. We literally packed in like an hour, literally. And we threw our bags in the car, and my gas tank was already full, so literally we just took off. And then the crazy part was that 3 hours into our drive, so it was like 12 midnight, he calls me. He's like, hey, I'm heading home. And I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I was so pissed. And I was like gonna turn around, but I was like, you know what? No, like, this is what I get for like being fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And I said, no, like, I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna let, like, you know, I'm like, anything change my mind. So I don't know, I got balls, and we just kept driving. And good thing I didn't turn around and went back home, because he literally just stayed that night, and they headed out to another state in the morning, because they had to finish this other job site before that other one, so they had to be at that job site. And so I was like, oh my gosh, good thing I didn't go back, because imagine I would have gone back, I would have just wasted those 3 hours of gas, and he would have been gone. He would have been gone the next morning. So we kept driving, and then like we stopped because her sister lives in, I don't know if it was, I don't know where it was. Was it in Kansas? I want to say Kansas. I don't know. And we just stopped with her sister, and we ate. We descansamos un rato, and I was like, let's go, because I'm like, I'm crazy. I'm literally crazy. Like, if I can drive a whole 24 hours, but like if I'm bored, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I could get to Mexico and be like 2-3 días y vámonos. You know what I mean? Like, and also it was the fact that it was gonna be almost Thanksgiving. Y yo le dije, I was just like, hey, we're gonna go, but I don't know, like, yo no voy a durar mucho, you know? I was like, I'm gonna come back, like, by the time he comes home. So literally we like, my max was 2 weeks. I said I was gonna stay 2 weeks. So I told her, right, I was like, okay, let's get on the road again, because then we're not even gonna get to disfrutar anything or whatever. So we kept on driving, and then like eventually we got to my mom's at like 4 in the morning, and we stayed the night. I'm lying, we did not stay the night there. Since we got there at 4 in the morning, we got there at 4 in the morning, and then obviously we were gonna go to Mexico. So my plans were to stay at my parents' after I came back from Mexico, if that makes any sense. So I was scared. Like, my mom's a really también like panicky person, so I was just like, okay, we're gonna drive to Mexico, and I was gonna go, because I don't know if you guys know, pero para ir a Mexico tienen que, like, for a couple days in your car you have to get a permit or whatever, like un permiso. So I was gonna go get the permiso, and my mom's like, are you guys sure? Like, you're like, no, like, you know, and I didn't want to leave my mom like super preocupada that we were gonna drive, you know, like 2 girls into Mexico. Like, I feel like that's just not safe. I don't know, like maybe just because I haven't been to Mexico in a long time, I was kind of scared. Even though they say that it's fine, like it was fine through like where we were gonna pass by or whatever. And I told her, I was like, you know what, God forbid something happens to my car, and then like I have to, like, how the hell am I gonna get back home, you know? So no. And then the closest thing that was there obviously was like the bus place or whatever. So me and her, my mom took us obviously, and we went to go get we slept for a bit because they didn't open until like 5 in the morning or a little bit, or like 6 in the morning. We headed there. We got the first ticket to Durango. It's called Guadalupe Victoria. I wonder if there's anybody out there that is like from there, because it's a really small town. Yeah, that's like the main town where like the bus, you know, like the little city of the ranchos or whatever. So we got the first bus to there, and so we went home, right? So we bought them and we had left everything home, and I was like, okay, like we have time to go back and get our stuff and everything. Little did I know that those bus places, they're like hella rude. Like, if you're not on it, well, that specific like little company, I don't know if you guys, no sé si nunca han ido like en un autobús, pero it's kind of like in the airplanes, like, you know, it's like United, American, and like all these companies. And like, since that company was the only one that had like any seats available like that instant, we got them, you know what I mean? And obviously cuando te están vendiendo algo, they're so nice, so kind and everything. And so we went home, and mind you, this lady did not tell us, like, I know we should have known, but shit, sometimes like, because I know we were there at the time, and she did not tell us like we had to be there like a little bit before. And I know we should have known. But anyways, we went home, and obviously like todo un día de manejar, like I wanted to shower before getting on the bus. I didn't want to get over there like getting all musty and like whatnot. Like, de por sí, you know, you're already gonna get there musty because you've just been traveling so long, y te ayuda, you know, con el cansancio. So yeah, I was like, she didn't get in the shower. I was like, I'm gonna jump in the shower really quick. And it's like a 15-minute drive from my mom's to like the bus station or whatever. Tell me why we freaking missed it. And I was like, oh my gosh. The good thing is that like nos llevábamos, so the first tickets, she got them. Like, she got mine and her ticket. And I was like, okay, like whatever, you know. So since we missed it, I was like, no, you know what, like I got you. So yeah, I was like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're just gonna stay here, and like, just because we missed our bus or whatever, like, ya no vamos a ir. I was like, no, we didn't drive all the way over here. So yeah, I argued with the lady, not argued, like, pero ella se me puso, you know, with attitude. And I was just like, okay, dude, like, I'm hella sad right now that we already have to hacer otro gasto. Like, can't you just be nice, you know? Like, what I mean? Like, if you're gonna tell me you can't, like, give me another seat, at least be like, I'm sorry, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, you don't have to give me attitude, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that, like, sometimes you can't do certain things, you know what I mean? Like, you just work there. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my lashes. Yeah, so yeah, like, we got another ticket, and that one was later, but we did not want to risk it, so we just stayed there. And my mom was so nice to stay there with us because we were kind of scared, because there's all kinds of, you know, it's like at the airport, but I feel like airports, I don't know, don't call me like fastidiosa, but I just feel like airports are a little bit safer, because you have to go through like TSA or whatever it's called, you know what I mean, to be able to like be in tu sala de espera or whatever. And at the bus, no, like everybody's there, and like, you know what I mean. So yeah, we were there, and yeah, por fin we got some snacks and stuff, and we just were chilling. And our bus, it was finally time for us to like take off or whatever. I was kind of sad, but I was kind of excited at the same time. Okay, so what happened here, guys, was that I was filming Get Ready With Me and Storytime, but due to storage reasons, I couldn't finish it. So I'm gonna, unfortunately, gonna have to upload this part and then make you guys a part 2. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching.